Yes! 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 I love you so much. It's okay, I have extra jackets. Hello, welcome to Out Past the Raids, Volume 123. Today we're talking about Dead Forever by Blue Youth. So this was released back on July 1st of 2018 on Zegema Beach Records, Suspended Soul Tapes and Records, Santapogue Media, and Grind City Records. So there's a lot of history, I would say, here, and this is a super important album for me because it's one of my favorite albums of all time, and definitely in like the top 10 best ZBR releases. But it's kind of obscure in the ZBR realm, I would say, because it's not Screamo. It's Screamo adjacent. There's a little bit of Screamo crossover. That's Screamo. Noise rock, post-hardcore, just really amazing stuff. But let's backtrack a little bit here, because we've got to go all the way back to the Level Plane days to really take root here, because Level Plane was doing a bunch of Screamo stuff, but then they also had North of America, who was a math rock band from Canada. So, you know, becoming completely enveloped in the Level Plane roster, I essentially got really into North of America, who then broke up. Broke up. They basically, I think they changed one member and became the Holy Shroud, who did a split with Hot Cross, and as well as a Ghost Repeaters full length. Fantastic stuff. And Blue Youth is the Zegema Beach version of North of America and Holy Shroud, essentially. So, if you go back a little further, I think 2017, they released an EP to start everything off, their self-titled EP, and I was smitten with that. I released it later, after this record, but chronologically in the ZBRs, it's a little fucked up. So it's earlier in the ZBR numbers, but it was actually released after this 12-inch physically. Whew, that's confusing. Chris Morris from Dead Air at the Pulpit and a bunch of other blogs from before Elementary Revolt posted about them, which is where I found out about that first EP in the first place, so I got to give him props. I heard it, I was like, wow, he cited North of America as for fans of, so I immediately checked it out, and I was like, this is kind of like North of America. It's definitely not the same as North of America. There are elements of North America. It's more Holy Shroud, if anything. But a whole bunch more bands that other people might know would be Hot Snakes, Drive Like Jehu, Riddle of Steel, Frodis, Campbell Trio, Life in Vacuum, METZ. There are so many bands that have a crossover with this band, and I really strongly recommend that you check out this album. So it was originally just going to be a tape that was released on Grind City Central Records. Grind Central. Damn it! Grind Central Records. And I, after hearing the album a couple times, essentially had to convince the band to do a 12-inch. They're like, you're not going to sell 12 inches. And I'm like, yeah, maybe not, but I don't care, because this is one of the best records I've ever heard. So, after getting the okay from the band, I then began scouting other labels to try to help, which included the ones I mentioned. So, Suspended Soul and Santapogue. But we should talk about Grind City maybe a little more first, because that is the engineer, the recording master behind Blue Youth. It's Chris Demas, and Chris has played in a bunch of bands and is very good friends with Blue Youth. He even played in Anemone, or plays. They were supposed to play ZBR Fest 2019, but had to bow out due to, I believe, scheduling conflicts and money issues. So no problem there. It's a shame I didn't get to see them, but maybe another time. I also tried to get Blue Youth on that fest too, and I feel like it almost happened, but it just, well, again, wasn't really economically feasible. So they did, I don't know, like 50 of these cassettes, and then we ended up doing 200 of the 12 inches, and they're all on black, and I hand stamped all of those. So I think it should also be mentioned about Chris that when I played Blue Youth for Jack Shirley in a podcast, Jack Shirley was very impressed, not just with the band, but especially with like the recording and stuff. He mentioned right away, like, that sounds so crisp and is so well done. Immediately sent it to Chris, and Chris was like, yes, understandably so. So after we collected the labels, which wasn't easy to do, I mean, Screamo label going after like a noise rock band, trying to pull other Screamo labels in, but we pulled it off, and we released it after a couple of premieres, so I was able to get a couple, again, mostly Screamo labels to release the stuff. But I mean, let's be honest, there's definitely some crossover. Black Lung, Dead Forever, both those songs, the opener and the closer, have some heavier elements. Not to mention, Succubus is essentially like almost like a hardcore song. There's a lot of screaming and stuff in it, so I recommend that to everyone. And gotta mention the vocals. Good Lord, these are... I'm kind of a vocal first person. I can hear the music and I'll be like, ooh, this is really good. I wonder what the vocal's going to be like. And they kind of like make it or ruin it for me most of the time. And this is everything that I want from like the vocal department. He is a very good singer, but he can also scream and has like a sassy thing going on. It's all, and he's the guitar player, which is just ridiculous. They're a three-piece. Just unreal stuff from three very talented individuals that I really hope continue, because as far as I know, they're on indefinite hiatus. They released a two-song EP. Was it like Deaf and Two Faces or something like that? Deaf Mode and Two Faces. And those songs were essentially supposed to be demos for the next album. COVID happened. Next album never happened. As far as I know, they haven't practiced in a long time, but again, maybe that'll change. We even asked them to be on the Meditations 7-inch 4-way compilation series thing that we did with the Ghost is Clear Records, because Bobby knows what's up. Bobby asked specifically, can we get Blue Youth on there? And I was like, I don't think they're doing anything, but let's ask them anyway. And it was not to be. What else we got here? We still have some of the 12 inches, so you should pick one up, because I'm going to put them on sale for a week. And I can't stress enough how absolutely fantastic Blue Youth was. And please check out, even if you just go check out the digitals, it is so good. Anyway, we'll leave it at that, and I don't know what's next. Where's my book? Shit. So ill-prepared. Anyway, next is the Course 7-inch. Ooh, that was a big one. Again, really good stuff that I think was mostly passed over for whatever reason. So we'll definitely touch on that next time. Pick up the Blue Youth 12-inch on sale if you want to, or at the very least, check out the digitals. We should probably listen to Blue Youth now.